Okay, I saw on a link from Nightbot that the DWR will be opening the spillway sometime this week, right? Today's Tuesday, uh, because of the inflow, probably from Lake Almanor. Um Partially, I think the reason why they've been keeping the water, and that's what they say, is because the citizens of Oregon and such say that they need to keep water in. So maybe that's why, and I think it's because of the stupid fish, the stupid salmon or whatever. And salmon's like absolutely disgusting. I hate salmon, so gross. Anyway, some people like to eat salmon, but I think it's gross as hell. So, and also saving water, right? That's why they're keeping the water. I think I already said that. I'm repeating myself. Well, anyways, the cams are down and they're off and on. Sometimes, sometimes this week is, sorry, I'm reading notes. And I believe that when they open those neglected gates that have been neglected for 15 years, and let the overflow through, they're going to turn the cams off. They'll take them down or they turn them off temporarily because they don't want anyone to see if anything bad happens. I think we won't be able to see once they do let the water through. And who knows how high the water's going to be. Because they keep turning the damn camera off. Every time it looks like they're going to be straightforward and leave the cameras on, they shut them off. And then they took that Weary One, his name is Weary One, on Twitter. His page is gone. I just looked at it again. It's still taken down. And I think it's because they didn't like the photos he put on Twitter of the water and the water level, how high it actually is. It looks like it's about to spill over. It's real close, and there's a lot of waves in it, which isn't a good sign. It means it's very, very full. So, and I think that once they open the spillway, um, they're going to cross their fingers that the slabs on the spillway don't come apart because some people said there's no rebar in them. And the rebar is what helps reinforce the spillway floor. It helps hold the concrete better than just pouring concrete. And I think in regards to Gavin Newsom, which he is directly involved with the spillway and the dam and everything, and the being a like cheap about this, he'll put his liberal tail between his legs and beg Trump for more Fed money if anything happens to the spillway or the dam. It's just more ways to make money or destabilize our growing system. Well, anyways, if Chilcott's watching this, which he probably is, even though I banned his ass, sorry for watching my channel because he has nothing but rude things to say about me, saying like I use meth or whatever. And he's actually one looks like he used meth. He looks like a hillbilly or some shit. Sorry about the language. Whatever. But my boyfriend, who Chilcott doesn't like, says he thinks the lower part of the spillway will probably receive the brunt of the blow of the water once the spillway is open because of the design. It's too steep. And to me, the rocks look really brittle, and it's probably really hollow underneath the spillway. And all those graves, I think there's all these stories about graves being underneath the spillway of the dam. That's sad because the Democrats are all for the Native Americans, but yet they allowed building a spillway over supposed graves of Native Americans. And Jerry Brown and his father were okay with blasting into the rock that apparently has Native American people buried in there. So they don't care about Native Americans, they're just using them. And I don't hear anything out of the Native Americans either. It's just all the Democrats talking. I don't hear a dang thing out of them. And you know what? I have a little bit of Cherokee Indian, and I don't care about the stories of a white man taking the land or whatever. It doesn't bother me one bit. And I think it shouldn't bother the Indians either. I think it's time to move on and just get away from that subject. It's just old hat. It's a good history lesson to learn, and let's put it away like a book. We don't need to keep reliving it. You know what I mean? But apparently the Democrats like reliving it, and apparently they like repeating the same mistakes and expecting a different result. But in this case, they decided to squander all the money from the dam and spend it on other things. And now they're realizing the dam may not hold up if they open that spillway when they open it, which they said they would never open it all summer. It was closed for the season. That's why they put the sandbags on there. So apparently they might have to take the sandbags off and their tools and everything, and they're gonna have to wait for their foreman or the representative of the DWR to give them the okay to open the gates, and then they're gonna turn the cam off, and all we can do is guess. Only one who can tell us what's going on are the locals who live nearby that can go up there and take a look. But I think they know the water's really, really deep because they're going to open up the lake, the boat ramps, so people can get their boats in there because we haven't seen too many boats. So they're going to open up more access. So I think they want to get a lot of that water out so that the dam doesn't break and the boaters feel safe and that it'll stop the flooding into the parking lot and destroying the road. So that's just my opinion. I didn't say it's correct or whatever. It's kind of like Susan Walding's page. She said she doesn't she has a disclaimer on it, whatever. She can't say if something's right or wrong. But if you know human nature enough, you know when someone gets a big boatload of money with no supervision, uh, chaos will ensue. There has to be supervision. Trump needs to be that supervision. He needs to come down to California and take a look at the mess the Democrats have made of this state. It's just total, utter chaos. It's just craziness. They're just going to let all these people in here, and I see it all over my neighborhood. The craziness, and this dam is just it's something terrible is gonna happen. Everyone says July 4th is a big day, big day, big day. Infrastructure, some big huge infrastructure is gonna fail, and it's been planned. They just don't know which one, but it's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a big, huge infrastructure disaster that's going to cause a lot of trouble for the whole entire country. It could be the dam. It could be New York City. Um, it could be war with Iran, which I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think Iran is going to be a big deal. Most likely it'll be probably a shooting or something. But anyways, I hope nothing happens to the dam. I'm not sitting there praying anything happens. All I want is for the Democrats to be held accountable for them squandering that money and doing a shoddy job on that poor dam, and that all that history going to be wiped out if it fails. They're already just trying to destroy our history anyway, even without destroying the dam. They're destroying our country's history and turning it into a fagville full of gays and weirdos and pedophiles and everything, and cutting corners when it comes to Americans. Look at all of our homeless, and they're importing all these foreign people into our country who put themselves on rafts and they drown and they die. Some of them, and we're supposed to feel responsible when we have people dying here in our own country that are homeless and people are veterans that are living in the dirt that are being ignored by Mr. Gavin Newsom. He doesn't seem to care about any of them. He only cares about, oh, poor little AOC saying, oh, there's women there be told to drink out of a toilet in the holding centers through ice. Ice is making them drink toilet water. And she's like totally lying, and then she drove off, sped off in her car when she was confronted by a liberal reporter. It's all bullshit. She's such a liar, along with the whole Democrat Party. They're creating this trauma that's not there. It's just people breaking the law and cutting corners and screwing us in this state. That's what I think. And it's just the beginning, because it's just going to get worse once Trump wins again in 2020. They're going to ramp up the rhetoric, and they're going to become more radical and more crazy. And it's going to be, someone said they're going to start throwing acid on people instead of just milkshakes and attacking people. It's going to be more than that.